welcome back to Melbourne 22. Now, not everyone is lucky enough to get paid to do the things they love, but today we spend 60 seconds with a guy who does exactly that.
The best thing about teaching guitar is that I get to play guitar and that's my job. Yeah, music's the main priority in my life, both artistically and as a career. It takes up a lot of my time, always listening to music or playing music, which is what I always really wanted. A couple of days a week I teach at some primary schools. They're normally in groups of 2 or 3. Head over to Footscray where I teach privately. A lot of my private students are actually adults, so it's good to have a lot of variety. I've been working on a lot with my students now to make sure they can see how songs are written. You know, some people pick it up a lot quicker, have a natural ability. Be mindful of all the different things that are going on because you're using a lot of parts of your brain at the same time. Keeping yourself inspired, so you're going to stay passionate about music and just really, wanting to learn more.
Oh, Anna, it's great to see people following their passions. You know what, with a name like Evan Silence, you'd think you'd be like into books or something, wouldn't you? Not a guitarist.
When you said you had something after that package and that was what you had, yeah, it's good.
I thought it was good. Everybody knows that Melbourne is the sporting capital of the world. Did you like that segue?
Yeah, segue kick, bang, there you go.
We have the Australian Open. We've got the Formula 1 Grand Prix, the AFL, big sporting arenas like the MCG, just to name a few.
But did you know that Melbourne is home to the reigning premiers in the Australian Ice Hockey League? Did you know that?
I did,
oh, okay.
But I'm unique.
I didn't know that. Melbourne Ice have won the Goodall Cup for the past 3 years.
We thought that was something to be pretty proud of, so we went down to the Ice House in the Docklands to take a look at some action.
Oh, just a high impact sport, the quick pace, something that's different. It's not the everyday.
The intensity of it. I think the anticipation of going to the offensive line and the anticipation of the goals, of the big hits, of the crowd, so just the atmosphere of the entire thing.
I got into this in 2010 when I first moved to the Ice House and been here every game since.
I've been an ice hockey fan for probably about 10 years. Just to have an appreciation for what's involved.
I made a lot of friends through coming to the games. Usually celebrating with our games.
The players are very approachable. They're easy to talk to. They're happy to talk to you, and they just feel like normal people.
The players come out after the game, meet the fans and autographs, photos, you name it. Also after the game, after match function, players will have a meal and talk to you there, maybe even have a drink together.
These boys are full-time workers themselves. They give up their time for us to come out here, and after every match they're out shaking our hands, saying hi to us. They're a great set of guys that are well worth every penny that they don't get paid.
Joining us in the studio is Melbourne Ice player Todd Graham. Welcome, Todd.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in.
No worries.
Now, Todd, you're originally a Melbourne boy, or not? Where are you from?
Well, originally I was born in Sydney. And then moved over to Minnesota in the States for my dad's work. And then when I was 6, we moved back to Sydney, and after a year there, we moved down to Melbourne, started living in Ringwood. When I just turned 13, me and my mates, we decided to switch over to ice hockey, and I never looked back. So.
Did it come from a passion of figure skating?
No, it didn't. Not at all.
What is that? These
just-
guys are tough guys.
I know,
You
but I was
can't-
actually just thinking to myself, watching that package, you guys move so beautifully across the ice. Like,
Yeah.
where does it start? Do you start with hockey first, generally, and then where does it normally come from?
It all usually just comes on at once. You know, you got to be at the high levels of hockey. You've got to be a good skater, and you've got to have that down pat first, and then you know you get your hands. And fortunately, I played a lot of roller hockey when I was younger. So, and roller hockey's known more for hands and like finesse and stuff like that. Whereas ice hockey, you've got to have a lot of power and stability in your skating, and a lot of explosiveness as well. So at the same time, they came together for me when I was about 15, and then I got recruited to go overseas. So.
We were chatting earlier that the Melbourne Ice are reigning premiers 3 times in a row. Did you play in any of those premierships?
Yeah, I did. For the past, I think, 3 years we've won it. I've been coming back and playing the seasons. Unfortunately, I've only been able to play the last final series due to going back early for the start of my season at the late August. So just last year I had to start my freshman year of college in Buffalo, and only I think I had 2 weeks there, and then I had to fly back for 4 days to play the finals weekend, and we ended up winning it, which was
Nice.
a pretty good experience.
Well, Todd, I'm a pretty tough guy. Right, so look, just hear me out.
Everyone's
And
laughing.
I mean, I've been known to pick up, you know, a skinny chai latte without a napkin.
Yeah.
It's a tough game, ice hockey. What's the worst injury you've had?
I fortunately haven't had any serious injuries, but I was playing my last year of junior hockey in Hartford, Connecticut, and right where the skate touches the shin guard, usually there's a bit of area where you know there's no padding. Usually it's just covered by a sock or something like that. A guy was going to the bench, and the player who had a little bit of gap got a skate, and it cut the front of his leg. It was a pretty deep cut, and it cut through all his sock and all of his undergarments and stuff, and it just started spurting blood everywhere.
Oh.
And they had to. It was probably about half an hour where they had to scrape all the blood off the ice and Zamboni the whole thing, and it was pretty heavy. So.
Wow.
You feeling strong now, Aaron, after that story?
Yeah, no, I'll be right. Okay. Well, the big question is, can you go 4 in a row?
I think we can. We got a great group of guys this year and a solid core of leadership and some really good young talent coming through.
Awesome. Good luck. Nice to meet you, Todd.
Nice to meet you.
Cover your shins.
Yeah.
Don't want any blood from you. Now, don't forget, if you liked anything you've seen tonight, feel free to let us know on our Facebook, Twitter. We've also got Instagram as well. We really, really like hearing from you. Aaron's got Twitter as well, so tweet away, post whatever you like.
Tweet away. We get lonely. After the break, we'll spend some time with a group of people who are making it possible for anyone to eat and live more sustainably. I've really got to concentrate harder on these scripts.
And then we have the Zanes popping into the studio to play us a little tune. So don't go anywhere. Tonight's show is set to end with a bang.